5-year deal has been struck between Sky Sports and the BBC to broadcast the Barclays Women's Super League and possibly the Championship, with more live games to be shown across both channels. Sky have also got the opportunity to broadcast the Championship and League Cup matches for the first time. Paul, what did you think about this when you heard it?
I worry because I am old enough to remember football before 1992. Only slightly, I might point out, before anybody starts calling me an old codger or anything, but I am just about old enough to remember before 1992 and Sky piling in. And Emma in the chat, again, pretty much makes my point. Making women's football more inaccessible for people who don't have Sky. Because, you know, Sky is expensive. Like, I think we pay for it because me and my partner watch the NFL and the Premier League and everything else. And even through one of the other streaming services, it's something like 30 quid a month, you know, which works out at about 6-7 quid a game to watch on TV, which is practically the price of a ticket at some grounds.
And it's make sure you get your money's worth as well.
And you have the issues where TV rules everything, so matches will get moved around, and you'll have Chelsea will never have. I confidently predict next season Chelsea will not have a 2:00 Sunday kickoff throughout the whole season. They will not play one game at 2:00 on a Sunday because there will be on TV every week, bar maybe one. Because this week they've been on TV every week until week 9, and that ironically is when they're playing Brighton, which would be a good game.
Which would have been a really good game, yeah. Emma's just said that everyone's just going to be moved to 6:45 on a Sunday night, yeah, or even Friday night because they love a night under the lights, don't they? Sky game, but again for travel and fans, that's going to be fun. Sophie, on the other hand, saying there, very happy because quality production so much better on Sky because of all the investment that they've put in. I think it's going to total over, is it 100 million with all the production costs and things like that, and therefore makes it justifiable paying out that money as well.
Sky,
but again, it's on priorities, isn't it? And what you
like you say, I don't think Sky will care about 50-60% of the WSL, never mind the Championship. They've made that obvious with the games they pick.
So would you like some stats? Because I've got a friend of the pod, Tom Gary, I've got his article up here. So The Guardian understands the rights fee is worth approximately 65 million. So that's just the rights across the 5 seasons, plus all the production costs on top of that, taking the broadcaster's total investment in the women's game to comfortably over £100 million. Sky Sports are understood to be contributing to the vast majority of that investment, and in return, they have been given up to 118 live WSL matches per season. How does
that even? 118 live WSL matches per season.
Yeah, I mean that's impressive. That's what they're paying for. The ones that don't exist.
There's only 22 league games a weekend. There's 22 weekends times 5. Hold on, I've got to work this out now. Chloe might be better at the maths than me because maths is famous.
Previous for every single match. I think it was like 130 plus matches.
Yeah, so they've been given 118 of them, 78 of which will be exclusive to Sky, and the commercial broadcaster will also have 75% of the first choice picks. Okay, so Chelsea every week.
Right, so that is, I've worked out
that
a weekend, like there were only 132 matches in the season. If you go 22 games times 6 matches, 22 weekends times 6 matches is 132 games. So Sky have 118 of those.
Yes.
So is that Sky committed to show 118 of those, or is that they have the choice of 118 of those?
So they've been given up to 118, so that's their maximum they can show. The BBC, however, have committed to showing up to 21 matches per season live, 14 of which will be exclusive to BBC television, and the remaining 7 will be shared. Okay. Any matches not selected for live television broadcast will be shown live on YouTube. So
are Sky just going to show every game then? Because are they going to do like they do with the men's championship now, where you basically on the Sky channels can access pretty much every game of the championship, but only one of them actually has any commentary and presentation on it, and the rest of it is just a single camera, pulled a bloke off the street who doesn't know what he's talking about half the time about the championship. Never mind what's going to happen with the WSL.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm probably pouring cold water over this, aren't I?
It's when you look at the details, like the bigger picture sounds brilliant, like over 100 million investment. But then it comes down to, well, what's actually going to be on, how we're going to access it, what we're going to do. Now, I've got more. So they'll be on YouTube. As part of an expansion of the new partnership agreed with the streaming platform this summer, it means fans will be able to watch all 132 games in a WSL season live either on television or online. So all matches should be able to be streamed live. Should. Which, again, in theory, fantastic. But again, how's it going to
I can confidently predict what will happen. Sky will take 118 of them, stick 90 of them or so on a subscription channel, like a pay TV channel.
Yeah.
With 1 or 2 games a weekend on the main Sky Sports channel, which is still a subscription channel, but more people still have to pay for them. And then and now WSL fans will basically have to go, right, okay, you have to pay out for Sky if you want to watch Chelsea, basically. You have to pay out for Sky, probably if you want to watch Arsenal, pretty much. And now, if you support the other 12 WSL teams, you have to pay out for the original Sky and Sky Sports Plus, because it ain't going to be on YouTube.
No, and it's because it's a showcase that they do some of the matches on as well. So you don't have it's not on the actual like pay for sports channel. So maybe they do it that. So it's like a double. But again, it's still the Sky subscription, isn't it? That you're gonna have to fork out for that one. Let's keep going. So it's also understood that there'll be a large increase in the number of women's championship matches that will be broadcast live on YouTube from next season. Although the BBC won't be showing any championship games, Sky do also have the option to broadcast the matches live if they choose to do so. Now, what's the odds that they're actually going to do so?
Well, you basically got to hope Arsenal, Chelsea, or Manchester City get relegated. That's how you're going to get. That's how you're going to get championship games. Yeah,
or they're going to play the Newcastle, London City. Maybe if they get to a cup. I have no idea.
Newcastle, Sunderland,
they might play the odd derby game.
Yeah, just as like hey, we care about the championship. But yeah, it's a hard one. The rights deal is the first long-term broadcast deal negotiated by the WPLL. Yes. Nikki Dissette says, agreeing the next cycle of broadcast rights was a priority for us, and we are very fortunate to have 2 premium broadcast partners in Sky and the BBC who believe in the future and value of women's football as much as we do.
They believe in it as much as they can make money out of it. If people stop going to games, Sky will disappear like a fart in the wind. Like
a fart in the wind. Welcome everyone to award-nominated football podcast. Again, in theory, it's going to be good. This was interesting. Additionally, as part of the new deal, in a new development, players will be given digital rights to show their own highlights clips on their social media channels. So what do we think about that? Chloe, what do you think about that one? that the players have got more rights now to share their content of themselves.
Yeah, that's definitely good for them. I remember before sort of putting highlights sort of packages together on YouTube, and they used to be sort of claimed by the league, but they took the money, not that I was making any money from it, but still allowed them sort of to be on YouTube. But yeah, good for players being able to share the highlights.
Yeah, because you'd think kind of like, oh, well, that's a clip of me playing. Surely that's okay. I can share this, but no. So yeah, so at least the players are getting something back, and they're being represented with that. So yeah, so that is all we've got on that new deal at the moment.
I guess my cynical thing. This is Sam. Pay attention. This is your clippable bit. If you need a clippable bit,
yeah, I'm ready.
To sum up my ranting, basically, if you don't remember what Sky did to the Premier League, and you are either unaware or aren't of the opinion that Sky getting involved in football, whilst it now brought us to where we are today with men's football in terms of the quality, it also brought us to where we are now in terms of the cost and the exclusivity of it. Now, women's football is making the same mistakes. And that's what worries me about the whole thing. It's all great, and you can sell it as great, and everyone can watch it, but how many people really will? Especially when we've had the budget today, and we've had all talk of more financial issues for everybody, and raises in taxes and all sorts of things. First thing that's going to go is stuff like Sky for people.
Yeah, because to have a package like that is very much a luxury, isn't it? To be able to afford it, because it's crazy money now. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, you've got to add on to just have one package, and then because I've just got the football, not the sport. But even still, it's a ridiculous amount of money. And we even had a chat about it, been like, right, is this worth it? Like, are we watching enough? Luckily I do to justify it, but yeah, if you just want it for the odd game, you're not going to grow it for kind of the casual fan, are you? Because if they don't already have it for other sport or anything like that, they're certainly not going to fork out that massive chunk to get that. So a lot of people will probably just end up watching the replays on, well, if the replays still do go up on YouTube, wherever the replays end up. So we will keep you updated. And as Matthew rightly said, women's football is meant to be for everyone, not just for the wealthy. Yeah, good. And I know Johnny's in Ireland used to cost me €115 a month just for the sports, which is just absolutely mad.